Hey guys, Pontus here, and gonna bring you another 1 versus 1 I did in a quick battle. See, I chose Pontus, and my opponent was Pergamon, one of the new factions that was released with the Black Sea Colonies DLC. So yeah, you can see I got 3 of these mercenary Scythian horse archers, 4 Cappadocian cavalry, a Pontic royal cav, 3 peltists, Pontic peltists, 4 Celtic warriors with 3 of them 3 chevrons, 1 2 chevrons, so quite a few upgrades there, and then 5 Pontic swordsmen. My opponent brought 4 pikemen, 3 ethereal spears, 2 Galatian spears I believe, and then 2 Galatian swords, 4 slingers, 3 Hippeus lancers, and then Agema spears with a picked peltist. So yeah, these mercenary Scythian horse archers, really liking those guys.
Well, no doubt.
Because, I mean, 40 damage, they got a... I'm pretty sure that was a buff they received with the new patch. I believe it was 35 before, so 40 damage now is really nice. Low armor, I mean, well, low everything else really. See, melee attack, charge bonus, 4, 9, or 9 and 4, so, I mean, not great in melee at all. But, you know, they can be used to charge into skirmishers at times, just to get a few kills, but they're not going to do great in anything like that, because their main thing is the killing powers in the bow. So yeah, I'm going to just bring them around, start to harass. My opponent actually started way over to the right. See, I was more in the middle, so I start to kind of reform a little bit with my main line. I have 2 of my cavalry over here I'm going to bring up for support, just to leave them on the hill. 2 more over here. And yeah, I'm going to start just picking apart his army with my horse archers. See these Galatian swords, only 45 armor, and on the flank you see with that 2 volleys, already took out about 30 men, doing quite a bit of damage on those guys. And he's gonna try to bring his slingers up for support, so I'll just fall back a little bit, and yeah, I'll just try to out skirmish him there. So I'm reforming a little bit, but just a little bit about my strategy, what I was doing with Pontus. See, I got 5 of these Pontic swordsmen in the back. I got 4 Celtic warriors with quite a bit of upgrades. You see 33 melee attack with 3 chevrons, and then 31 with 2 chevrons. Also, melee defense goes up and morale goes up a little bit. 55 there for melee defense, 54 there, so pretty decent units. For 350 is how much they are with without upgrades, so I don't know how much an upgrade is, if it's like 40 or 50 more or something, I can't remember. So basically, I have these 4 Celtic warriors, and then my plan was I use those 4 to hold. Quickly, I do get into his archers over here, or his slingers. See, as I said before, I'm not going to do actually better than I thought, getting a couple kills, but he's going to quickly support these Hippeus lancers. So yeah, while that's going on, let me just talk about my strategy again. So yeah, hold with the Celtic warriors, send them in for the main infantry line, and I got these swordsmen for reserve. If there's extra units I can, you know, got extra units I can peel off to hold, but then I still got 3 in the center just for whatever, support against cav charges, or when one of these guys start to break, they can fill the gap. And then I got 3 of these Pontic peltists, 41 missile damage, and I believe it's 12. I can't, it's not gonna let me look, is it? Yeah, no. So yeah, I believe it's 12 armor piercing, so those are great units, great units. One of my guys starting to get caught here. And then I would use these guys to shower the enemy with missiles while my Celtic warriors are holding them. And that should alone do a whole lot of damage. And then whatever's left I can fill in with my swordsmen, move them up to take out what's remaining. Plus, noble blood, great cavalry units. So hopefully with 2 on each wing I should be able to win the cavalry fights, and then I'd be able to bring those guys around back. Plus I can bring my general around, and that's basically what my strategy is. So yeah, just waiting for that to happen. He's moving around, and he's actually going to come along here. In a second I'll start moving up, but all along I am in his back lines. I do have 2. One of them did rout, but 82 kills there and 38 there, so doing quite good. Get a couple shots in. Main thing, these pick peltists, you see 41 damage there. These are basically better units, better versions of the Pontic peltists. Same damage and everything, but believe more armor, more armor might be the same actually with Pontic peltists. 65. Okay, so yeah, same armor, just better attack and damage, I think. So getting quite a number of volleys into the back of those lancers. A couple kills, and you can see his picked Peltus catches my Scythian horse archers. I'm just gonna rain those javelins on them. Do try to charge into his slingers, try to take those out so he doesn't have any skirmishing. And he's gonna quickly collapse around me with his guys. I do charge into his picked Peltus, which you'll see not a single one of them is lost. But see their kills will start going up pretty fast against these mercenary Scythian horse archers, already up to 30 kills, 31. And that's basically going to be the end, I think, of my horse archers. Not much I'll be able to do with them there. Slingers, he still has most of them though. So, they got a good number of kills. I mean, almost all of them were at 100, I think. See, I am able to pull him out of there, and I'm going to go for a rear charge into his pikemen. Well, at first, it was these guys, but I figured I should try to take out his pikemen. But as I said, you know, horrible melee attack, horrible charge bonus. Most of them die on the charge. The pikemen back to me, their back was to me, and you can see they're at 114 men, and they're not going to lose a single guy. Which kind of sucks, but oh well. So, got my sword, or my cavalry over here. I do swing these guys up over here. In a second, I'm actually going to initiate, charge uphill into them, where it flattens, because, yeah, I don't want him to camp up here, which he doesn't. He stays back, but... So I'm going to just fast forward a little bit. Only 5 minutes left of the battle, but not much is happening. Okay. In a second, there's some stuff that goes along with my cavalry in the back, but I still got a few minutes before that happens. If you notice on the mini-map, he's starting to move his lancer over towards my cavalry. And I'll actually split up my cavalry, because if he wants to take this engagement, I would happily take this engagement. But I want to split up my cavalry, because if he's gonna have to choose one to go after, whichever one. And then with that, my guys are all, they started to split up, but you notice, because he started to go back, then my focus was totally elsewhere. And he totally gets this charge, which is very bad on my part. Yeah, 3 kills off the charge, and they're going to start winning that fight. And then you can see his other lancer come in. You can see my cavalry units, because I was doing things elsewhere, and I totally forgot about these guys. Very bad on my part. So he gets the charge. Great on him for taking advantage of that. My guys are going to start losing. See, I was actually charging in and out. Took out a good number of those Galatian spears that were unbraced. And I'm just harassing his back lines. And, you know, I was over here doing this, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh no, he got the charge over here. Well, not much I can do now, so I'll just leave them there to tie up his cavalry. See his guys coming over here, and I am able to turn around and get a charge. I'm not sure how much of it. Yeah, it doesn't look like, I don't know if the charge really gave it to either of us, but I'll tie up that unit. See his pikemen. See, this is I'm not sure how I feel about this. His pikemen did not have their pikes down, so I charged them. Then he puts his pikes on, and he starts getting a lot of kills against my noble blood. That just doesn't seem right. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's what happened. So, now that all the cavalry is tied up in the background, I'm going to go ahead and just move forward, because I still have my general here, so I can always use that while the cavalry is tied up. An interesting thing over here, you notice his Apaeus Lancers are starting to lose now, even after getting the charge and everything. So, I'm pretty sure they were both at full health, basically. But, yeah, I would have thought Apaeus Lancers would beat Noble Blood, but I guess for the simple fact they're melee cavalry, so the longer you're in the fight, the better they do. So yeah, anyways, charge my Celtic warriors in, catch his front lines, which is mainly ethereal spears, I believe. Nice charge against his spears over here, and my general's just going to shred them. See how quickly they're going down. So yeah, I got my Pontic Pontus, you can see firing in, kind of let them fire whichever target they want, so these guys are going to start losing quite a bit of men, which these ethereal spears appear to be losing anyways to my Celtic warriors, so they don't really need help from the Peltus, but definitely going to help. See, he had extra units, so I had to use one of my swordsmen to tie them down, but I still got 4 of my swordsmen over here free. I'm able to get my other noble blood cavalry that got shredded from that pike unit. just to help against this fight. And then I got my general into the back lines, already 116 kills against these skirmishers. And I'm just gonna wipe the floor with them. And in a second, the Superpower Lancer is actually gonna break, and I'll use these two guys. I'll bring them over for support. But for the most part, things are already looking good for me. Got 2 extra units now. I'm gonna start just going into the back lines of these guys. Still got my general, 150, 160 kills, going up quite fast. 30, 170, 180, almost 200. Yeah, so all those on skirmishes though. And then just start charging into the back of his infantry, which he is losing the infantry fight. Although he has 2 pikemen now, but I've already basically overwhelmed his force. I'm already in his back lines. Plus, I got, you see, 2 units over here I'm going to bring around. Another unit over here, it's going to go around. And I still got these peltists firing in. 38, 25, and only 1 kill there, or 4 now. So his line's going to slowly start to waver. I am going to start losing some of my Celtic warriors. You see, they're starting to lose now against these pikemen. But with my cavalry and extra infantry on the side, you can see I'm just going to overwhelm his flank, and he's slowly going to start to break apart. See my general past 200 now, charging in, and my cavalry in a second. Yeah, you see I'm finally starting to bring it over to help. And then once these swordsmen start freeing up, you see I'm just going to continuously pushing forward to what he has left. And at this point, I'm thinking he just conceded defeat because he still had a couple of units left. So big margin and number of kills. He only had 625. I had 1293. But good game to my opponent. Yeah, you see these Scythian horse archers definitely did good. This one more so, these two, yeah. But still did their job, which is nice. My general, 226 kills, which is amazing. And these Celtic warriors, I really like these units. They're comparable to Astadi, the same price as Astadi. Whether or not they're better, I don't know. They have a lot more weapon damage, I think lower attack, and then lower armor, but better melee defense. I really love these guys though. Great units, plus with a couple upgrades, they're quite good. And then Pontus swordsmen, really, they weren't engaged until the end, so not a lot of kills except for this one. But yeah, good game to my opponent, which I already said, but thanks for watching and stay tuned for more battles.